is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingNews.com and welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to Saratoga, Saturday, August 31st. It is the Grade 1 Spinaway, race 11 on the card, going 7 furlongs, $300,000 the purse for the 2-year-old fillies. All right, field of 11 here. We'll go through them quickly. Not a ton to talk about because, you know, a lot of these are lightly raced, but we'll get into them now, and we'll start with number 1, Immersive. This Brad Cox trainee will get Manny Franco aboard for the second straight time after this horse broke the maiden last time out at odds of 10-1 by a 2-length victory right there at Saratoga early on in the meet. It was a solid race for this horse, no doubt about it. You know, turned for home, had a couple to pass, and was able to do it. So can she parlay that into success? I think there's a good chance of it here today. This is a pretty evenly matched field. She might be a tad slow from a numbers perspective, but look, it's a horse that's 1 for 1. We don't really know how good she is just yet. We're going to try to find out in the second start. Number 2 is Sherbini. This will be the third start for this horse. Broke the maiden at Churchill Downs, came up to Saratoga last time out to run in the Schuylerville and ran well. Ran second, only beaten 2 3/4 by the Queen's MG, who went on to romp again. So this horse kind of took the patient route, didn't run in that middle 2-year-old race here at Saratoga, chose to run instead in this one and skip that middle one. So should be rested, should be ready. Mark Casse on fire right now, so would not be shocked if this horse shows up with a pretty big race. The number 3 is Reliable Source, another one making the third start of her career. Was second in a maiden special weight at Churchill Downs before coming up and going gate to wire right here at Saratoga by 2.5. Just add her list as another one that seems to be in here with a shot. Reminds me a lot of Immersive and Sherbini as 2 races for Sherbini and Reliable Source, and then a nice maiden win for Immersive, and the same nice maiden win right here at Saratoga for Reliable Source. Steve Asmussen and Ricardo Santana team up for this one, and like I said, it's another one from a numbers perspective. Seems like got a shot. Seems like could move forward. To stay with that kind of theme, we'll go with the number 4, Tiz Purple, another one making the third start of her career. Second in a maiden special weight at Monmouth, came up here on August 7th, gate to wire victory in a maiden special weight, winning by a length and a half. So you look at the 1, the 3, and the 4 coming off those maiden wins. They earned time form figures of 94, 98, 96. So when you're looking at speed figures, I mean, that's basically the same. I know you're splitting hairs there, but you're all kind of in the same ballpark. And then you look at Sherbini, what he got for his, she, I should say, for his, her maiden was a 97. So all 4 of them are covered by about 4 points on the scale. So that just shows you how kind of similar these horses are. Let's go to one that's not quite as similar, and that's the number 5, Slang. This is a horse, second time out, great, broke the maiden as we are, a broken record here at Churchill Downs, got the job done. Came up here to Saratoga last time out and ran in the Schuylerville and got pulled up. Something happened, went off in the ambulance, actually, was 15-1 that day. Probably going to be a similar price here, is 15-1 on the morning line. So, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really want to play this horse after that. Kind of give her one to see. That's kind of one that I threw out. Number 6, she'll probably win. Number 6 is Salted. This horse, 2 starts in her career so far, both second place efforts. She was second on debut at Churchill Downs and then second behind Immersive, a horse they talked about, the number 1 horse last time out. So this one definitely going to have to improve. Her numbers look a little bit slow so far, but trained by Mark Casse. Castellano jumps aboard. Cassie's hot right now. Probably not the worst long shot to play. Number 7 is Pondering. This is a horse, just 1 win, just 1 start. It came at Ellis Park, and she was able to win by 2 1/4. Godolphin owned horse. Brennan Walsh trains here. Machado was the rider at Ellis, will be the rider here in this one as well. Usually Walsh horses do improve second out. So if this horse was a winner on debut and improved second out, she's very interesting to me. She may be the most interesting of the 7 we've talked about so far. I think Pondering, you go back and watch that replay, she looked really good as well. So I think this one makes a ton of sense coming up here. If you want to play something that's not one of the 2 shorter prices, I think the number 7 Pondering makes a lot of sense. The number 8 is the Queen's MG. This is a horse coming off back-to-back wins, won the Schuylerville and then won the Adirondack Stakes, both of the 2-year-old stakes for fillies right here at Saratoga. So we'll try to sweep and try to win all 3. I'm not sure why we think she shouldn't be able to get the job done after the 2 races. And honestly, if she runs back to those 2 races, She might simply be better. The race 2 back, she was 44-1. And then next time was the favorite at 5-2. So it was proven that was not a fluke at 44-1 to back that up with another win. So the Queen's MG, the most experienced horse in the race, most accomplished horse in the race, clearly as well. She's the classiest horse in the race. She's not the favorite. We'll talk about that here in just a second, but she's going to be tough. The number 9 is Strong State, 2 races under her belt. On debut, got beat by Sherbini right there at Churchill Downs. And then last time out at Saratoga, comes back in a gate-to-wire victory right here at Saratoga by a neck. So again, another horse shows speed early, got us victory, pretty close in speed figures to the rest of these we've been talking about. Number 10 is Bellicose. Bellicose is a New York bred who won a New York bred stakes race by over 10 lengths last time out. That was her debut effort. Another one that showed speed early and was able to hold on. Well, not just hold on, but just gallop away from them. The speed figure came back kind of slow, which kind of tells you maybe the field wasn't so great. But anytime you win on debut by 10 3/4, you're pretty good. I'm not going to be shocked at all if this horse shows up and runs a big race. She's 15-1 too. I think that's kind of crazy. I think the horse will get bet a little bit harder than that. And then finally, the number 11 is the favorite. Number 11 at 3-1 is Quiet Side. And boy, they must think a lot of this horse to make her the favorite against the Queen's MG. But look, it was impressive on debut, just the one race, a 6 1/4 length victory, just ran away from him. Has the ability to do that again. And I think we'll be tough in this spot. But, can she do it again when facing winners for the first time, especially an experienced winner like the Queen's MG? And so my opinion, as we pick a winner here, I'm going to go the number 8, the Queen's MG. I just think it's a couple things, really. The experience up here, specifically in the stakes, division, winning these last two, kind of ran away with it in the last race. The Adirondack looked amazing. And we have talked about a lot of horses in here that have shown a ton of speed. This horse has sat off the last 2 races and still won. So I think that's going to be big. Draws outside. I think that's a good post position as well. I think the 7, 8, 11 are the 3 horses to kind of look at here. And I think the experience of the 8 kind of gives her the advantage in this spot. Maybe down the road, a horse like Pondering and a horse like Quiet Side will get it done against the Queen's MG. Maybe they'll even get it done on Saturday, but I'm going to go with the experienced horse here over the up-and-comers. Probably just use 7, 8, 11 on tickets, but the 8, the Queen's MG, going to be on top for me. The experience and the good draw should sit a nice outside trip. I'll give her my money for the win. All right, guys, that'll do it for our preview of the Spinaway Stakes live from Saratoga on Saturday. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do videos like this. And, hey, most importantly, good luck if you're playing Saratoga on Saturday.